All right, so we got, hey everyone, it's Noah and Matt from Beanie Bros Sports. We got Mets versus Braves, game one of the doubleheader action today with best pitcher in baseball on the mound, Jacob deGrom. As the Mets look to snap their offensive woes as they just lost 3 out of 4 to the Nationals, couldn't seem to put up anything on the scoreboard. Braves are looking to get back into the division. Really important day in baseball, especially in the NL East.
Oh, yeah. And the Braves are countering with this Kyle Muller guy who made his major league debut, I guess, in like a couple days ago. It looks like June 16th. Yeah, literally a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Against
out of the bullpen, I believe.
Yeah, 1 inning allowed 2 home runs. He's a big guy. He's 6'7", 250 pounds, so pretty intimidating. But I mean,
He's going to have a tough matchup today against the best pitcher in baseball, Jacob deGrom.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely quite an intimidating matchup for your first career MLB start.
Yeah, and when you're facing deGrom, you know one run could beat you, and when you're making your debut, that's not really the mindset you want to have.
Oh yeah,
I mean, his first start in the major leagues got to be very nerve-wracking, especially when he looks up at the other side of the mound.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So how's the Mets lineup looking in today? Anyone who's really hot or anyone who's really cold right now? Is
Um,
anyone? I don't know. Is that anyone close to returning?
yeah, so Lindor's been picking it up lately. He had a big
Mm-hmm.
game against the Nationals the other day where he had all 5 RBIs, which was definitely good to see from him. Albert O'More Jr. is recently back from the injured list. He's in the lineup. He's hitting 115 on the year, so not incredible. And Jeff McNeil's activated. He's not in the starting lineup today, but he will be
Okay.
available off the bench, and he'll probably be in the lineup next game
Okay.
later this afternoon, or I guess later this evening now. Jonathan VR leading off for the Mets has been great at the top of the order. Obviously, when he was signed in the offseason, the Mets didn't expect him to be an everyday guy, but with all these injuries, he's had a lot of playing time and he's taken advantage of it. But yeah, it should definitely be a good game. Hopefully for the Mets, they're able to get to Mueller early. His biggest weakness is command. He has a great fastball, above average curveball, but he has struggled a lot with command in the minor leagues. And for the Braves, it's going to be about swinging early on DeGrom. Because if you're going to get hits off DeGrom, it's got to be early in the count. You got to look fastball, and you can't be swinging at everything out of the zone.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember early on in the season we saw that I think we mentioned that the Braves had one of the worst batting averages against fastballs in baseball, which is kind of surprising considering the guys they have in the lineup like Acuna Jr. and Freeman and Austin Riley and Ozzy Albies. I mean, I don't know if they're the worst now. I'd be surprised at this point if they're the worst, but I mean, they're probably still one of the worst teams in baseball. Hitting fastballs on a guy who throws the hardest fastball in baseball. It's not really a good combo.
Yeah, there's fastballs, and then there's whatever Jacob deGrom's throwing 102 miles per hour, maxes out
Oh
on.
yeah.
And he'll usually throw a bunch over 100 in the first inning.
Oh yeah. And yeah, against a Braves lineup that is very top heavy because I mean you look at the top of the lineup and yeah they got studs in Acuna Jr. Freeman. I mean Albies isn't really having his normal year this year and Austin Riley stepped it up. Those 4 guys are pretty good, but then the rest of the lineup's kind of just like not really that good. Although Swanson has the ability to hit the ball at the ballpark, but not a huge swing and miss guy and doesn't really hit for average that well and
Yeah,
still a pretty top heavy lineup. So
definitely. Heredia, though, in center field, he's done a lot for the Braves this year. He wasn't even expected to really be in the lineup, but with Pache not hitting and getting injured, and he's gotten a lot of playing time.
yeah, and he's played pretty well his last 7 games. He's batting 421 with a nice 789 slugging over his last 7 games. So swinging a hot bat.
Yeah, definitely. But it's going to be a hard matchup against DeGrom, and I'm also wondering what DeGrom's game plan is going to be here. He usually throws, I'd say, 95% fastballs in the first inning. but you saw his last start against the Padres. He threw mostly the slider in the first inning, and maybe it's because he had just faced them his prior outing, but also with a really heavy offensive lineup. You just gotta do whatever works, and his slider is his best pitch when he goes to it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with the Padres, they're a pretty high, high energy, exciting team. So they're looking to swing early, and you get guys like Tatis who can handle the fastballs, who can handle a fastball like Jacob DeGrom. It's just, obviously he's a really young, new guy, Jacob DeGrom being the veteran that he is, maybe he's like, he wanted to switch it up a bit more because, these guys are looking to get on the board early, they're excited, like, let's hit the fastball, we're excited, ready to swing early. And, it's just kind of just playing with them and messing with their timing and, throwing more sliders normally. So that could have also been kind of one factor as to why.
Yeah, definitely. But with Acuna and Freeman at the top, Freeman's faced DeGrom a lot in his career. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the slider a lot early, at least at the
Oh
top
yeah,
of the
for
lineup.
sure. Especially on Acuna. I feel like Acuna is a real loves to hit first pitch. So
Yes, definitely. And I'm sure DeGrom knows that going in, so we'll see what
oh
the
yeah.
first pitch of the game is.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see like the first matchup right at the beginning of the game is going to be exciting. Acuna Jr. versus DeGrom, like two MVP candidates.
Yeah, arguably, I mean, the best hitter so far in the National League East this year, easy, and arguably top 3 in baseball.
Yeah, and against the hands down the best pitcher in baseball. So
yeah, it's going to be great matchup. We'll see who gets the better of whom.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some of these guys in the lineups like? What's DeGrom's kind of career averages against the Braves?
That's a great question.
Especially against some of these like guys like Acuna and Freeman and Albies. Be curious how he fares against them.
I'm curious too. Let's see. Yeah, I think Freeman's probably been the best in his career against DeGrom. He has faced him for years.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, what website would I use for that? I'm trying to think of how I would look at specific pitcher matchups.
You can go on Baseball Reference to look at that. You may be able to go on Baseball Savant as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Also, I guess a pregame, the MLB will sometimes show the stats before the game, but I guess it's game time now, so they won't do it. So, like that's how I knew the one time that what do you call it that like Victor Carantina or the guy on the Padres had like 2 runs against the Braves or something against DeGrom.
Yeah, and I think there's only 5 hitters who have gotten 2 home runs against DeGrom in the same game. Mark Teixeira was the first.
I mean, that was probably when DeGrom was really just starting.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to face the DeGrom of today.
No. I'm sure he's happy with that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Look at that 6-2 record on the year. He has 2 losses and a 0.54 ERA. Only when you play for the Mets.
Oh, there you go. Acuna Jr. is 8 for 25 in his career with the 320 average. Okay, so he's got some success against DeGrom.
Yeah. Really would not be surprised if DeGrom starts him with a slider.
Oh, yeah.
A fastball up or a slider is what I would expect from DeGrom here. But Mets have great defense today. Peraza at second with Lindor at short is one of the best up-the-middle defense in Major League Baseball, arguably the best. And VR has got a great glove at third, and Pete Alonso has been much better defensively this year. And then the outfield, Alberto Mora Jr. is a great defensive center fielder. Kevin Pillar, good defensive center fielder, playing right field. And Dominic Smith, the former first baseman's in left.
Ooh,
100
fastball. Start off right in the corner.
Yeah, and when DeGrom gets those calls,
it's gonna be a long day for the opposition.
Yeah, I know against the Padres, he got that call off Machado, so then Machado had to expand the zone, and he went swinging on that same pitch.
Oh, another pitch, perfectly placed, 100 on the black. Wow.
He just throws it wherever he wants.
A guy can throw so hard and be so accurate. It's insane.
I know. It's ridiculous how DeGrom is just able to continually get better.
What do you think he's going to throw here? A slider?
I wouldn't be surprised if he throws another fastball.
Triple up in the fastball. I mean, he's got the best fastball in baseball, so
100%.
let's see what he does. Boom.
Yeah, he hits them
101.
with
Sit down.
3 fastballs.
Like the same spot, basically.
Yeah, all outside. Acuna couldn't really do much with that.
Yep, because that was going to be a called strike regardless. So,
Yeah,
got to swing.
and that's when DeGrom works that glove side. I like 98% of his pitches are to that glove side. And from a batter's mindset, they need to adjust. They need to not be thinking about pulling it as much. If Acuna tries to go the other way there's a good chance he's able to
Exactly. Yeah,
good piece of
you're
hitting.
not going to be able to pull that, and if you do, you're going to I don't know, you're going to ground it to third or something. It's not going to be It's going to be weak contact.
Yeah.
Ooh, Freddie Freeman has 3 career home runs against DeGrom. It says 15 for 58. It's not the best average, but he's had some success with some power. Oh,
He's had lots of at-bats against DeGrom, probably one of the
yeah,
most
exactly.
in the
And
league.
nice play by Dominic Smith there.
Yeah, and there's the former first baseman making a very easy play look a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's been good defensively. He has improved a lot. I remember when they originally moved him to left field, there was lots of issues. Some dropped pop-ups, the whole mix. And those are just insane numbers for DeGrom.
Oh, yeah.
14.9 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Ooh.
Oh, Albies rips that one.
He was early on it. Wow.
He was early.
Oh, he struggles against DeGrom in his career. He's 5 for 37, 135 average. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
join the club. There's a lot of people in that club, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That was a wicked slider. Holy crap.
His slider is so good and so fast, too. It's the speed because they have to make that decision. They have to make that decision to swing so early. And then it has all that late movement and they can't hold back. They've already made the decision to swing. And you saw that with that horribly looking swing by Albies.
He hasn't even thrown a ball yet.
No.
Oh, there you go. Those guys are amped. I would be too if I was witnessing a DeGrom start in person, maybe one day.
Yeah, and the Mets have had some good turnout this year, especially with the fact that I don't think they're at max capacity quite yet. But every time DeGrom's there, there's lots of MVP chance.
I mean, I don't blame him. Probably is going to be the MVP if he just stays healthy.
Oh, 100%. And I was just thinking today, how many innings does he need to throw at this caliber pitching to be MVP?
It's a good question.
150, 120?
Maybe, because I mean, honestly, if he just I don't know, what's the what do you need to qualify for the ERA title? Because if he qualifies for that and sets the record, he should get it. I think that's what the minimum should be.
I think it's 162. I think it's 1 inning per team.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
But, I mean, he's going to have trouble getting there.
He will. So hopefully, when they start to really, the dog days of summer, maybe in after the All-Star break in August, they let him go longer. Because, I mean, he's such an efficient pitcher. Because, I mean, I remember you mentioned that he also has the least number of pitches per inning for any pitcher, too. So it's this guy is really efficient along with being so dominant and racking up strikeouts. So it's he can get the innings if he doesn't have a limit on his pitch count. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw that there. DeGrom just struck out 2 batters in the first inning and threw 8 pitches.
Yeah, no balls, all strikes.
He just
continues. Oh yeah, the new rule. They're checking if he's got stuff on his hat or his glove or anything like that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He just throws the ball really hard. Nothing you can put on your hands for that, really.
No. Absolutely incredible. The fact that he's doing this without anything.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at Garrett Cole, how much his stats have dropped off since they enforced these rules. Not saying he's cheating or anything, but I mean, look at the
Oh
stats.
yeah, for
You'll
sure.
see for yourself. Spin rates have dropped significantly.
Right. So you said this guy's a really good. Oh, I didn't know he was a lefty. Wow.
Yeah, he's got a very good fastball.
95.
Yeah, he can hit upper 90s. He'll hit 100 every now and then, and he
Ooh,
has an above average curveball, but he really does struggle with command. I think he's walked 19 batters in 31 innings in the minor leagues
yikes.
this year. So definitely a red flag there.
Oh, yep. Seeing the command issues so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's his first start. There's definitely some nerves
Fair, and he
there.
is facing the best pitcher of this generation. So.
Yeah, and VR knows definitely the circumstance here, and he's going to be patient. He's a veteran guy.
Oh yeah. Wow. Well,
Well, this game might be over in a few minutes, folks.
not the prettiest stats in AAA with a 4.6 ERA.
No, but his full minor league stats are quite good. He has a 3.17 ERA in 5 seasons in the minors.
Okay, nice.
In 75 games, 74 of those have been starts, and he's struck out 377 batters in 358 innings.
Nice. Yeah, I can see his fastball here. He touched 97 on the last pitch,
Yeah.
96 here.
Yeah, he's got a really good fastball. His whip has like always been up there though, just because of his walk issue. And really command is the only thing stopping him from being a legitimate pitcher in the Braves rotation. He was drafted in the 2016 draft along with Ian Anderson and Bryce
Oh,
Wilson. So Braves had a very good pitching draft that year.
oh yeah.
Ian Anderson is taking the rubber in game 2 of the doubleheader against to be determined. The Mets have not made that announcement. Maybe DeGrom will start both games. It is only 7 innings, Matt. And yeah, Lindor has definitely been heating up at the plate lately. He's got his average up to 220. And he leads the league in defense.
Oh, did he? I'm surprised he bunted there. Wow.
Yeah, Lindor actually leads the league in dumb bunt attempts.
In dumb bunt attempts.
Yeah,
I mean, that was over his head, that ball.
he just decided he was like, I'm gonna bunt. Well, I mean, when DeGrom's on the mound, it's like a 1 inning game, You're just playing for that one run.
Yeah, I guess so. And wants to help his pitcher out.
But Rojas has definitely got to be frustrated because, well, he's smiling there. But
Yeah, it's like
every time Lindor bunts, he says after the game, like, I just wish he wouldn't bunt.
yeah, I mean, if you're the number 2 hitter and you're getting paid what you get paid, I mean, you're the guy who people are bunting in front of,
Yeah.
driving those runs. But let's see this will work out here. Nice pitch there.
There's Dominic Smith is the best Mets hitter with runners in scoring position.
Really?
I'm not sure what his exact
This
stats
year
are,
or his whole career?
this year.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was like a week ago. He was like 10 for his last 15 with runners in scoring position.
Jeez. Okay.
Like he's been very good, and that's the reason he has as many RBIs as he does right now because he's only hitting 240. And he has struggled quite a bit. He went about a month without a home run.
Oh my gosh.
Which is unheard of for Dominic Smith, who's
Yikes. The Mets are 3 for 30 in runners in scoring position in their last 6 games.
Yeah. Well, they just couldn't score. I mean, the pitching was great against the Nationals. Even against that in that last loss to the Cubs, they lost 2-0. Mets just haven't been able to get any hits or at least get any hits together here. And maybe that was why Lindor bunted him over because it's been that long since they scored a run.
Wow. 56.7% of their runs scored in the last 26 games have come from the home run.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Ooh. Good eye. That was a good pitch. Good eye, though.
Yeah, Dominic Smith, not this year, but historically he's been really good on breaking balls. This year has been weird, though. He actually has like one of the lowest batting averages on breaking balls in the Mets right now.
Ooh. Oh, he's tagging this.
Not entirely sure why VR is tagging with two
Yeah,
outs, but he
yeah.
made it to third. And now I bet you VR is going to look to really make his way down the line, try to get on the nerves of this new pitcher here. VR, when he's on the bases, he's not always the smartest, but he's always a threat to run, and pitchers know that. He's had some very good and very bad base running decisions this year. Now, Pete Alonso, we're probably going to see a home run or a strikeout right here. So the Mets got a pretty good bench for this game. They got Guillorme, McCann, and McNeil all available off the bench.
Yeah, I saw that. Where did that? No.
And hopefully we'll see Panda, Pablo Sandoval, later in the game.
Oh yeah, his pinch hitting
Oh,
appearance.
yeah. He's got four pinch hit home runs.
Yeah, I want to see him break the record. I think the record's 5 home runs in the year.
Yeah, I think it is as well.
Stairs.
And some of his pitches are really missing here in the first inning.
Yeah, really are.
That's the fewest games to reach 80 career home runs. Ryan Howard's at the top of the list, then Aaron Judge, and then Pete Alonso. 274 games. It's roughly one home run every 3 games.
Oh, maybe that sacrifice.
Yeah,
Tacking up. Look at that.
it worked. VR scores the first run of the game, and that's might be all Jacob deGrom needs. Look at them celebrating like they've already won the game. Would it be nice to have a pitcher like that on the Jays?
Yes.
Where you score 1 run and you're acting like you've won?
Yeah. Oh man, I wish. You can score 7 runs and you're still not sure if they're going to win.
You can hand the bullpen a 7-run lead. You're not sure if they're going to win.
Yeah, because I mean, what was it the other day? They were up. I think it was 6-1 or something against the. Ooh, Dansby Swanson was a nice play there.
Yeah.
And I get to see more deGrom. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we have the run. Now we can just mow through these hitters and have a quick
Hopefully,
game.
yeah. And see deGrom get some more strikeouts. I mean, he faced the really the only part. I mean, the only other hitter he really has to face is Austin Riley. I mean, even though Dansby Swanson can have moments of, I don't know, where he's good, the rest of the lineup's pretty weak.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Which is really weird because at the beginning of the season, at least on paper, the Braves had, I would have argued them for the best overall lineup in baseball. And they were definitely a top 5 lineup in baseball, but I mean, Marcell Ozuna, with all the stuff he's going through right now, he won't be back in the lineup anytime soon. And Travis d'Arnaud is one of the best offensive catchers in the game, and that was really a hard hit, especially when you look at now like who's catching. Like they've been going through catcher after catcher because they didn't really have a good backup catcher. Some teams like the Mets have 2 good catchers, the Braves didn't, and once they lost d'Arnaud, it's been rough.
Yeah, there's been dumpster diving for catchers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Swanson's been a pretty big disappointment. He was the former number 1 overall pick in the draft, and I don't know. He just hasn't really reached that potential. He's been good, He's been a good shortstop. He just hasn't been great. He hasn't been the superstar he was projected to be.
Yeah, he hasn't been like a good on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he was okay last year. He had like an 800 OPS,
Yeah,
74 average. That was probably his best year, even though it was shortened. It was probably his best year.
but that was a draft where three shortstops were taken 1, 2, 3, I believe.
Really?
Brendan Rodgers was taken second, and Bregman was taken third, if I'm not wrong. Is that the 20?
I think Bregman was the second overall pick. I don't know what
Okay,
year.
then maybe Rodgers was three, or maybe I'm mixing up drafts.
No, you're right. Those guys were all drafted, but yeah, Swanson first, Bregman second, and Rogers.
Rodgers is three, okay. And Rodgers is
I'll,
just finally making it to the show now.
wow, the Astros. How did the Astros have two first-round picks that year? They had the second and fifth overall pick. The fifth overall pick was Kyle Tucker.
It's because they drafted, was it Brady Aiken, and they had the issues with the arm, and they didn't end up signing him, so then they got him
Oh,
over to
okay.
that compensation pick. I think it
Okay.
was
Well,
Brady Aiken, and then he ended up signing with Cleveland a couple years later. He was drafted by the Indians.
okay. Well, both those picks have worked out so far, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the same year they took Daz Cameron in the first round compensation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they took him like with the 37th pick, and
Wow.
they turned him and a couple other guys into Justin Verlander. That was a
Jeez.
great draft for the Astros.
Yeah, it was. Wow. DeGrom has a two-ball count in the guy. What's going on here?
Yeah, and still only at 12 pitches. Austin Riley's on deck. Austin Riley really should be more consideration for the All-Star game. He's had a great start to the year.
He has, yeah. Oh, and there's another strikeout. Not surprised.
No.
I don't know why he's batting fourth, Abraham Almonte.
Well, that's how destroyed the Braves offense has been. Look at this. The Mets, with Jacob deGrom against the NL East opponents, they're 8-1 against the Phillies. They're 10-9 against the Marlins. 8-7 against the Braves, while he's thrown to a 1.94 ERA.
So in the NL East, he struggles the most against the Marlins, even though it's not really struggling.
Yeah, but he's 8-7 against the Braves, despite having the best ERA against them out of any team in the division.
Wow. Jeez, nasty slider.
Oh yeah, I mean, good luck hitting that. He just lives off that glove side.
Yep, 101 right in the corner.
Just phenomenal. And it's amazing. Like, it's not like they don't know what he's going to throw. Like, he does the same thing every start. He always goes to the same part of the zone. They just can't hit it.
Yep. Ooh, we got a piece of that.
And Lindor at short, like, watching the Mets defense this year has just been so amazing. Like, usually the Mets have one of the worst defenses in baseball, but Francisco Lindor is a big part of a great defense.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best defensive shortstops, if not the best in the majors. I mean, he hasn't been hitting as well as he usually is, although that should come around, as it kind of has been the last few weeks. But his defense has just been as what we expected this year.
Yeah, and he can bunt, so it's okay.
Yeah. He can bunt and help manufacture the run to.
Yeah, I mean, many people make fun of it, but they did just score a run thanks to a lot of timely outs.
And without even getting a hit, I think they just got a lead off walk and
Yeah. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Got to get runs whatever way you can. The Mets lead the major leagues in bases loaded walks. I think they've gotten 11 this year.
Wow.
DeGrom is just mowing through this lineup.
Oh yeah, he is.
And the crowd is already on their feet standing in the second inning.
Sit down, 101.
Wow.
Imagine that. Holy crud. This guy's amazing.
And did you notice DeGrom motion? Do you want to check my hand again?
Got nothing to hide. I mean, it's kind of like a flex at some point. You're just dominating so hard, and it's like, hey, I got nothing to hide. Check it. I really don't care.
Yeah, and everybody else is using all these substances to try to get to where DeGrom is, and they can't even get close, and then DeGrom's doing it without anything. Substance free.
Yeah, whereas, Garrett Cole's doing his press conferences, like complaining, like, give us a warning and stuff and all that.
Yeah. And Tyler Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow got injured and blamed it on that.
Oh, yeah. And, then he was like blaming the, whatever you called it, the Jays were stealing signs because he just gets roughed up every time he plays against the Jays. It's like,
yeah.
Mr. Excuses over there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not good enough, it's what you live on.
Yeah, you don't hear anything out of DeGrom. I mean, the guy, whatever, maybe he feels weird or something or whatever, and then still ends up pitching the next start.
Yeah, I mean, it's the opposite with DeGrom. He'll give up one run and get the loss, and he'll say after the game, like, it's my fault we lost. I shouldn't have gave up that run. What was your biggest surprise with the All-Star balloting, the guy that got released today?
The All-Star ballot. I have to check it because I haven't checked the newest one.
Yeah, pull that up, and then we'll go through it. We'll see some people who are getting.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Do you know where it is? Is it on MLB.com here?
I think it's on MLB.com. Let me pull it up.
Okay, yeah, you can maybe share your screen if you want.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Okay, latest All-Star ballot standings. I will share my screen as soon as I figure out which screen I'm on. Oh, that might be wrong. Okay, so first base, obviously, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, no debate there.
No, it is surprising to me how, like, it's 49%. Like, a player is an MVP candidate when it's 49%.
Yeah.
Like,
so you get flirting with an AL Triple Crown.
That is ridiculous. And you look at the season Matt Olson has had, and he's only gotten 4% of votes.
Yeah.
And then for the National League, Muncy, Freeman, Rizzo. Rizzo's there more for his name. I mean, Freeman's had a good year, but he hasn't had a good year for his standards.
Yeah, he's been pretty unlucky.
Yeah.
Honesty. Very unlucky.
Definitely.
But yeah, his traditional stats aren't there, and it's still a down year by his standards.
But, I mean, second base, we got Semien. So it looks like we could have two Blue Jays in the All-Star game starting now.
Yep. And I mean, I don't want to be biased.
Very nice.
Semien's still easily the best second baseman in the AL right now, at least.
Yeah, I mean, Jose Altuve's had a very good start to the year, and he should definitely be considered. DJ LeMahieu plays for the Yankees and has had a not good year, so I don't even know.
No, he hasn't. It's just being a Yankee. Big fan base. 27 titles. That's all it is.
Yeah, and then Nick Madrigal, David Fletcher. But National League, Ozzie Albies leading away.
No.
Don't like that at all. Adam Frazier should be the starting second baseman. Adam Frazier, because he plays for Pittsburgh, is not going to get the recognition he deserves, but he's had a tremendous start to the year.
Oh yeah. Like what's his
And if
average? Isn't he one of the high had the highest averages in the NL
yeah,
highest and
and I think
highest hit totals?
he's up there in runs scored as well.
Yeah, he's just a
Um,
great top of the lineup guy.
and then Gene Segura, if not for all of his injuries, I think he would be up there in the top three. He
Oh
might
yeah,
even
he's
be the top. He's had that good of a start to the year. He had I think he had a stretch where he walks off the game in 2 straight games for the Phillies
ooh.
a week and a half ago. But Nico Horner's missed a lot of time as
Yes.
well. But he's only 1% down. He could easily make it. That's a close battle right there with Gavin
It
Lux and
really
Nico
is,
Horner.
yeah.
And even Gene Segura is still in the mix. And the Cubs, they love to vote for their guys, as we saw. I think it was 2016 when we saw Royals and Cubs, or was it 2015?
I think the Royals were 2015.
And then the Cubs were 2016.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But I mean, even third base, Devers he definitely deserves to be the starter in the
Yeah,
All-Star game.
I would say so as well.
Bregman, though, another Astro up there. Oh,
Oh,
and
booted it.
that was a very nice play. That was not a boot. That was a let's hit the glove and throw it around.
I was going to comment at the beginning of the game. I mean, the Braves have a pretty good outfield defense. I mean, I know Christian Pache is usually their center field, although he can't hit anything, so he's back in the minors.
Yeah, he's really struggled with the bat, and he has a lot of ability, but yeah, I don't know what he was doing there, Heredia.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He overran it and then he put up the glove and still missed it.
That the Mets could get another run without getting a hit.
Ridiculous. Like you cannot make those mistakes.
Yeah, when DeGrom is the opposing pitcher.
Yeah. But anyways, back to the All-Star game. Third base, we have Alex Bregman's another Astro. The Astros have just had such a good start to the year.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of that. One of the best offenses in baseball, if not.
Yeah. I mean, Bregman, Correa, Altuve, Jordan Alvarez. I mean, you can't like solely pick any one of those as the best hitter in that Astros lineup. They're all just so good. And then Chris Bryant has been really bad lately, but he has all those votes because of his hot start. Nolan Arenado, Justin Turner, but Austin Riley was snubbed here. Austin Riley was snubbed. Bad.
Yeah. He needs
The
some
fact
more
that
for sure.
he's going to be off the ballot, and he's had one of the best starts. He had the best May of almost anyone, aside from Max Muncy and maybe Nick Castellanos, but it's just really sad to see that. I mean, a young guy who's might never make an All-Star game, and he has a serious shot, and fans aren't voting for him. So then Xander Bogaerts should easily be the starter, I would think.
Yeah, I'd say Carlos Correa is probably the second best. I mean, as much as he's a fan, I would say Correa is definitely above Bichette. Although Bichette's having a decent year himself.
Okay, let's go back to the game for a moment because they just walked Tomas Nido to face Jacob deGrom.
Oh boy.
And I'm not sure if deGrom will be swinging here. What do you think? After all these injuries, think he'll be swinging?
I like to read Mets Twitter sometimes because it's one of the more maybe more outspoken fan bases on Twitter.
Oh yes.
I don't know. I was hearing were some people saying some of his injuries might have been related to him swinging and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's real. But I mean, a lot of people keep saying he shouldn't be swinging, and I don't think he's going to swing.
Okay, so there's 2 outs. He's bunting. What they're just hoping for, something crazy to happen.
I guess.
DeGrom is pretty fast. He could probably run it. Although I don't know, maybe they don't want him really sprinting as hard as he can because that probably would be even worse. But
such a shame though, because he's such a good hitter.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the.
But look at that; they're not even playing in. Maybe he does swing.
Oh, there you go. Just let the Braves.
Wow. And now he's got 2 RBIs out there if he swings the bat.
Yeah, there you go. There's the sacrifice bunt on 2 outs right there. Impossible.
Still no hits, and if DeGrom comes up with the first hit here, the Mets will have a 3-0 lead. But
you're not wrong. Command is his issue.
I'll check out Mets Twitter here, see what they're saying.
Nope. Looks like a lazy fly ball.
Yeah, he was
I like
swinging
that.
though.
He finally made a catch, that guy.
Yeah.
He's got the run he needs. It's all good.
So yeah, Jacob deGrom earlier in the game had the first sticky substance check in Major League Baseball history.
Look at that. Setting hit records all the time.
Yeah.
Making history.
The best part is deGrom just like smiling during the whole thing. Mets fans on Twitter are loving it. This one account I follow on Twitter just roasts Pete Alonso every time he's up to bat. All right, looks like Justin is joining us.
Oh, really? Oh, it's already the third inning. Man, I love DeGrom start.
Yeah, this game's going quick.
That's strange.
Justin said something is strange.
Oh, there we go. My volume wasn't working. Sorry about that.
Oh, all good.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Very good. Can't complain getting to watch Jacob deGrom in action.
Yep, with a lead, too.
DeGrom looks good early, although I do question the decision to have him starting when he's left two separate starts with injuries and back-to-back outings.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's looking...
I'm not a doctor, so my opinion does not matter in this case.
Yeah, this will be a win for Mets if he doesn't have a third straight start where he has an MRI the same day.
Yep. And to the fans watching, rocking our brand new Beanie Bro sports merch t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Entropy
I'm excited.
emailed me
Those look
back.
so good.
I made a bit of an error on the t-shirts, so unfortunately Entropy cannot fix it. So we would have to order more shirts.
Baseball tees. Baseball tees.
We will see. We will see.
Have you caught any of this game here, Justin?
I just watched the second inning. I saw the Braves outfield.
Oh yeah.
Abraham Almonte.
So not sure if you saw it, but we missed the first you missed the first sticky substance check in Major League Baseball history.
You got checked, DeGrom?
Yeah, umpires examined DeGrom's hat, glove, and belt. And DeGrom seemed like he could barely keep a straight face.
I got ERA plus is fun for DeGrom.
Yeah, 7.24 ERA plus is pretty impressive.
That's insane because I've been you can kind of compare DeGrom's season with arguably like Bob Gibson's, Pedro Martinez. I consider the Pedro Martinez 2000 as the greatest pitching season of all time, but it's like DeGrom literally has almost double that ERA plus, and that's more than double.
Yeah,
it's just insane. So if he keeps it up and stays healthy, it'll probably be the best pitching season of all time.
Yeah, but I mean, he just missed out on 2 RBIs. So,
I mean, I think the big thing with DeGrom that people need to realize it's just that, he's special, but it's no one thought he was. What was he, 9th round pick?
Yeah, 9th round pick.
As a shortstop too.
As a shortstop, he was not a pitcher.
He was drafted as a pitcher. He was a shortstop up until his last year at Stetson, and then he changed to pitcher. But the Mets drafted him in the 9th round after he'd only pitched 1 year.
Yeah, this is a guy who completely changed positions and then completely took off, and he's where he is right now, not because of obviously he had to have talent to begin with, but because of hard work and meticulous preparation and building up his body. And to me, that's just impressive.
Definitely. I mean, even tonight, Jacob deGrom looks like he has the stuff to throw a no-hitter that won't count.
Nice snag. The comebacker.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like he's not just a great pitcher; he's a great defender, and for a pitcher, he's a great hitter too. He just does it in all sides. He's a freak athlete.
I think the big thing tonight is the Mets scored a run for him.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely missed how they scored. They scored it without a hit.
I saw it was a wild pitch. I saw
Yeah,
that.
he walked. Lindor bunted him to second. Dominic Smith sacrifice flied him to third.
Sorry, just to cut that. Why is Francisco Lindor bunting?
That
in
is
the
a
first
great
inning?
question.
Yep.
Not only did he bunt, but he bunted off a rookie pitcher on a pitch a foot above the strike zone.
Like, why are you bunting? I know you're struggling and you're trying to do anything you can to get going and help your team, but bunting is for when you desperately need a run, not the first inning of a game.
Yeah.
Like, I guess call me new school with that, where it's that I don't really like. To me, bunting, depending on like in most situations, is you're just giving up an out. And like obviously still has its place where it's like, let's say like you got a lead off double, you need a run late in the game, bunt that guy to third because you have a better chance of scoring him from third with one out than you do from second with no outs.
Yeah, but even then, like in those situations, are you really gonna bunt with your best hitter?
Yeah, and like if that was my best hitter coming up, I'm not telling him to bunt. I'm having him. If anything, I want him pulling the ball to at least third, to at least second. So at least if he gets out, the runner's coming out.
Oh,
Runner's
100%.
moving up. Like I want at least a quality at bat. I just think a bunt is a wasted at bat, depending like in most situations.
Yep.
Obviously, there's a place for it, and like if you're bunting for a hit, that's a lost start that I think some players need to bring back because you can get a lot of hits if you're sneaky with it. But a sacrifice bunt in the first inning with a guy making $300 million, no,
Yeah.
no,
And off a rookie pitcher too,
no.
who
Man,
walks
this
the
guy's
first
huge.
batter of the game. Yeah, this is a big man.
6'7", Kyle Muller. First major league at bat here against DeGrom.
Yeah, welcome to the big league. Welcome to the big leagues, kid.
Yeah. Right
Good
there.
luck.
Yeah, this at bat's going. That's going well.
It's certainly not a surprise this at bat, that's for sure.
It's gonna be a
Next pitch, it's a 420-foot dinger, and we're all just sitting here like, what the hell just happened?
Wow.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I just think it'd be funny if it did.
I don't know what your kind of humor is, but I wouldn't find it very funny.
Well, you like the Mets, so what do you expect?
Well, I mean, you do have Jacob deGrom on your fantasy team.
I do, and I love Jacob deGrom, but I would also find it pretty humorous if he gave up a home run to a rookie pitcher making his major league debut in his first ever at bat. That'd be pretty humorous.
Is that a
That'd be
change
pretty
up
funny.
there?
The reason I say it'd be pretty
No.
humorous is it's like major league hitters can't touch him, but like you get a rookie pitcher up making his first major league at bat, and he's taking him deep.
Well,
It's the irony in it for me.
what is he throwing there? That was 89 miles an hour. Was that a changeup?
That looked like a slider. It looked like it bent a little bit. I think he just lost the top of it.
Probably, yeah.
His slider's been hitting 93, 94. That's a really slow slider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 89 real slow.
It's kind of funny though that he's throwing his off-speed pitches to the opposing pitcher. Lots of respect there, and he does it again.
This pitcher's had the best at bat against DeGrom today.
DeGrom's trying to be too cute, putting him away with off-speed stuff. Just go.
Yeah, he is.
Also, Jacob deGrom does not look good. That's shaking out the shoulder. That is not something I like seeing when I know he has a shoulder issue.
Yeah, he definitely looks a little bit frustrated.
Oh, man, this guy's putting up an at bat.
Only 98 on the fastball. I do not think deGrom is healthy.
All right, well, let's not jump to conclusions here. Please.
I mean, man,
I like conclusion jumping. DeGrom is hurt.
I'm going to say he's going to walk. He's going to walk. Watch. Calling it. Boom. He just walked. No perfect.
He's shaking out his shoulder. I don't like that if I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that wasn't a, I don't know, 8-pitch walk against the opposing pitcher. That's not really what you want to see, really.
Definitely not ideal, and he seems very frustrated on the mound. And
Yeah, I think he's hurt.
yeah, I don't think he's doing well.
Like something
It's
seemed
just
off.
a
This is players.
defensive
This is what they're doing with
meeting.
Acuna. But I'm just saying, I think he might be hurt. Like I think that's me personally thinking that. I'm not a doctor, so I could obviously be wrong. It just the body language and the way he's shaking out the shoulder. That's a flag to me.
Hey, well, Kyler Miller can say whatever he wants to his grandkids, even if DeGrom was hurt when he faced him.
But I
First
apologize for my little snack
walk
here,
against
but I
DeGrom.
spent the day moving.
Well, I mean, DeGrom got hurt the last start, and he still struck out the side in the third inning.
Ooh. Oh wow, that actually was surprised he got that call. That was a bit.
He's been getting that call all game, which just makes it that much harder for the Braves offense to get anything going. I mean, when DeGrom's getting that call, how are you going to hit that?
Would you like a cheeky answer or the actual answer?
I would like the cheeky answer, actually.
Oh, you get a nice sand wedge out there and you swing really early and hope to God it's a fastball. Otherwise, you're not. The actual answer is yeah, you're not touching that. Good luck.
But that's the issue is they're trying to pull this. The only way you're hitting that outside pitch is if you go with it the other way.
Yep.
And a ground ball, opposite field, is going right through the hole the way they're shifting him right now.
Oh, that pitch was way outside.
Acuna's looked really bad against DeGrom so far in this game.
Just like every other hitter except the pitcher.
Yeah, I guess that's the pitcher.
Part of me is surprised and part of me is like, yeah, that figures because that just seems like baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just baseball.
Is anybody else glad, though, that he already lost the perfect game? Because imagine how...
Well, yeah, I'm good thing it's not in a 7-inning game against a perfect game.
That would be horrible.
For all you Cubs fans out there, Albert Alzolay's back tonight.
Wow.
Nice.
Got activated off the IL from his blister issue.
How long's he been out?
Not that long. Just he missed a start or two.
Mm.
He had a blister open up on his finger in his last start, and he got lit up. So they put him on the IL to deal with that.
Nice.
Like it wasn't like a serious arm issue. It was like just a blister opened. Be cautious for a young arm. Make sure he heals that up so it doesn't affect his performance and then destroy his confidence.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, lots of guys returning from injury. I mean, Jeff McNeil's been activated today. Michael Conforto and Brandon Nimmo are making
sit down.
AAA right now. Acuna struck out for a
Acuna.
second straight time. Barely even makes contact with the ball right now. Well, it seems like every time the Mets get somebody off the injured list, they throw a guy back on. So
who's joining them? My money's on Pete Alonso.
Honestly, with the way the Mets go, it's probably going to be Jeff McNeil in his first game back later today.
Speaking of Alonso, because I was thinking about the home run derby earlier with Vlad Jr. pulling out. What do we think about that? Vladdy Jr. in the home run derby after he had that ridiculous showing in the last derby that they had.
I think it's definitely bad for Major League Baseball. I mean, they're definitely lost a lot on marketing there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a great player to market, especially with the home run derby. I mean, imagine him, Ohtani, Tatis Jr., Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, like just all these really good young hitters.
Oh yeah, Coons Jr.
At the same time, I understand his decision as well. He's having his big breakout season where he's finally proven to everyone that he is that number one prospect he got billed as a couple years ago. And he's done the home run derby before, and he wants to stay fresh to help his team win when they're slumping. And I understand the perspective. As a baseball fan, I'm disappointed that he isn't doing it because his last derby, like I said earlier, like it was a historic derby. It was an incredible show. That battle between him and Jock Peterson is something I don't think I'll ever forget as a baseball fan. But as a Blue Jay, as someone who watches and cheers for the Blue Jays, I can see the decision. I'm probably a bit more happy with it knowing he's focusing on team success.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think for him, it's a good decision. I do think that Major League Baseball is missing out on a lot, though.
I agree.
Obviously, if he was in the home run derby, it would definitely gain some viewers.
Yeah, him doing the derby is him not doing the derby. Bad for baseball, good for Blue Jays. So
Definitely. Well, it looks like DeGrom is okay.
that's good.
He's got the jacket on his one arm.
Yep.
Meaning he's still in the game.
See, I know it's technically true when we say Pete Alonso is defending his home run derby crown if he participates, but it angers me so knowing that he hit like half of the home runs Vlad Jr. hit in that derby. Knowing that Vlad was like set a historic record and still lost. Like that just bothers me at my core.
It was pretty funny, the fact that Pete Alonso won.
I blame Jock Peterson. He just couldn't go down.
Yeah. Vladdy was also like 40 pounds heavier then, too. He'd probably have the energy now to just win.
Absolutely destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I think he would probably. There are a lot of hitters I'd pay to see in a home run derby. He might be my number one just because of his raw. Like his game power isn't as good. Like he's still hitting home runs consistently this year, but
Yeah,
his game power isn't on the same scale as like a Stanton or a Judge.
Yeah.
It's like those guys are, or like Gallo, where it's like they're hitting absolute moonshots. Like he can still hit those moonshots, but it's like he's more about hitting line drives now and using the big part of the field. He just has so much raw power that it's still going out.
Has Trevor's Story ever been in a home run derby?
I don't believe so. I think the Rockies would probably. I think Ryan. He's had a bad year, so I don't know if he'd be an all-star. I think Ryan McMahon might be the. Because usually you have a hometown representative. I think Ryan McMahon would be that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
McMahon's had a good season. Second base is a bit thin. I don't know if he qualifies for it or not, but he should be the Rockies all-star. He's had a good season on a disappointing team. He's hitting home runs. He'd be fun in the Derby.
That's true.
They should send Arizona Diamondbacks to the Derby.
Just all of them.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd pay to watch Ketel Marte in the home run derby. He's a damn good player. Just
doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, he has okay power, but
he's hit 30 home runs in a season before. It's more game power than raw power, kind of like Bregman.
Fair. Well, they should just have Arizona Diamondbacks pitchers pitching to all of them.
Yep.
That would be resulting in a lot of bombs, that's for sure. Oh my gosh.
Yordan Alvarez would be good in the home run derby too.
Oh yeah, he would be great. You know what's funny? Even though the Diamondbacks have the worst road losing streak in history, they don't have the worst road record in baseball. It is the Colorado Rockies.
Wow.
The Rockies are 25-16 at home, but they're 5-27 on the road.
Oh, it's because their offense can't hit away from Coors Field.
Yeah. Like Arizona's 9-31 away from home, but also sucking at home.
Yeah.
I guess you were definitely right on the Diamondbacks Noah to start the year. Although, did you think they were going to be this bad?
No, I don't think anyone thought they were going to be this bad.
I mean, Justin thought they had an outside chance at a wild card spot, and
I think I had them 26 of 30 in my initial power.
Easily 30th.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the Rockies are pretty bad too. But yeah, the Diamondbacks are the worst in baseball.
I mean, what are your thoughts, Justin, on the Diamondbacks? Why did you think they were actually going to have an okay season? And what's really gone wrong for them?
Justin, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Oh, is he talking?
We can see you talking, but we can't hear you.
We can't hear you
at all. I feel like he's probably been trying to talk this whole time.
And he probably has been.
Haven't heard anything.
That's so weird. Shaking my head.
What is up, Justin? He's not even muted either.
No, it's not. Maybe you could try and back out and rejoin.
Yes. Actually, Aiden had the Diamondbacks lower than I did.
Oh wow, look at that.
Aiden had them 27.
Good for him.
I mean, honestly, Aiden's rankings
Other
are
than
not other than the Rays, he had them lower than everyone, but I mean, the Rays have been really bad the last week. And he had the Braves really high. And the Yankees really high.
yeah, I had the Yankees
And the Blue Jays really high.
Yeah.
And the Twins really high.
Yeah.
And the Nationals pretty high. Okay, yeah, never mind. Aiden's pretty bad. Sorry, Aiden. You suck.
Yeah. My goodness.
Oh, well, Justin's gone. Wow, the Spectrum Mobile high-speed pitch of the game. DeGrom, 101 miles per hour. Kyle Mueller, 97.
Yeah. That's DeGrom's fastball when he's like really hurt. 97.
Yep. I think it'll be good for DeGrom, though, if he mixes in more of those 97, 98 mile an hour fastballs this year. Or at least now, like before the playoffs, because if he's consistently throwing 100, 101, 102, like lots of injury issues there.
Yeah. For sure. It's just so crazy how he's able to consistently hit 100, 101, 102. It's ridiculous. Like sometimes, like you see guys like, I remember like seeing like guys like Justin Verlander back in his heyday in his prime throw 107 thing, but he'd only do that when he was really on. It's like DeGrom does that every single start.
Yeah. And I mean, Edwin Diaz also does it, but he's a reliever.
Yeah, he's a reliever. Being a starter is just that much insane.
And there's a few relievers who can do it, but to have DeGrom start the game 102 and then pitch Diaz in the final inning at 102, I mean, good luck. And Diaz also has a really good slider as well.
Yeah.
Really very similar pitchers, Edwin Diaz and Jacob DeGrom. DeGrom's just somehow built different and can do it over 85, 90 pitches every 5 days.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pitchers like him.
Yeah.
Well, like him anyways. Although I mean, I don't know if you've do you remember Hunter Green, Cincinnati Reds draft pick?
Yeah, he does it all.
He I think he hit 103 in his last start.
Did he really?
Yeah, and he was dominating in Double-A. Like he was 5-0 with an ERA of 1.98. He recently got promoted. He was just dominating. Like
was Hunter Green one of the guys who was drafted that hits and pitches?
Yeah, there was talk of him like hitting and pitching. I think they tried to do it, and he only had a couple at bats like in 20.
Okay.
He had Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
They were trying to do that with him, but it was clearly his arm because he was throwing like 100 at 17, which is ridiculous.
Because Brendan McKay, I think, is doing that for Tampa, right, in the minor leagues?
Yeah. He is, although he's struggled both ways.
Because they were drafted in the same draft, weren't they? Hunter Green and Brendan McKay. Weren't they like taking both top three?
I think Brendan McKay was fourth overall, and Hunter Green was second overall.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we're good.
We can hear you.
Welcome back, Justin.
Technical difficulties in my laptop. Tragic.
Yeah,
so I know you guys asked me about my thoughts on the Diamondbacks before my internet pooped.
We thought that was why you left, because you were so ashamed that you were so high on the Diamondbacks.
No, I was high, and I will admit it, and I'll stand by it. The reason they've had such a bad year, their bullpen has been completely destroyed by injuries. Any of the guys who were supposed to be effective relievers in that pen have just been destroyed. So it's kind of like the Jays bullpen, where it's terrible, but then you combine it with an absolutely atrocious starting pitching staff. And Zach Allen's their best arm, and he's been hurt most of the year. And when he's healthy, he's on pitch limits. Bumgarner was finally turning a corner, and then he got hurt. Merrill Kelly's been a massive disappointment. They keep bouncing Caleb Smith between the bullpen and the rotation. They just can't pitch. And like the reason it's so frustrating that they're that bad is if you look at the roster, it's not even that bad a roster. Like the offense, especially, they have 7 guys with OPSs over 700. Like that's pretty solid for a major league starting lineup to have like 7 guys at about, I think it was 735 was like the lowest OPS on that list. So like 7 guys there, that should be able to form a competent major league lineup.
Yeah, I mean, probably better than the Mets and Braves.
Which is why it's so confusing that a team with that much, like, because like if you look at their roster compared to the Pirates and the Rockies and like the other bottom feeders, the roster is way better, but they're just playing way worse. Like I think at this point it's a managerial thing where it's the front office, the coaching staff, like something's got to change there. Like they don't have a culture. Unless you count cultures of losing, I guess they have that, but
Boy, they have
they
have the best in baseball right now for a losing culture.
Oh yeah, especially when it comes down the road.
Set the major league record.
But no, that's why it's just confusing why they're this bad. They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go, Matt. And then I'll
finish. I was just gonna say, I mean, they have a 17-game losing streak. I mean, today might be their best chance to end it because they're facing Brett Anderson, and although again their starter I think has been one of their worst starters this year. He's like 2-7. I forget what the guy's name is, but he has an ERA like well over 5, and the Brewers don't have a good offense. But I mean, the next 2 games they face Freddie Peralta and Brandon Woodruff, and then they go on the road and face the Padres for 4 games, and they face the Cardinals for 6 games on the road, and they come back and face the Dodgers. It's like, not the Dodgers, the Giants. Like, it doesn't get easier. It could keep on losing.
Well, then, like even then with the Diamondbacks, they were over 500 at the end of April. They were 14-12. Like that's not like being world beaters or anything, but like that's an above 500 team. That's a 500 team at the end of that. That's solid. And then and they've won 6 games since then. Like it just defies logic of how they like completely fell apart.
They've won 1 game this month. Do you know who it was? It was the first day of the month.
Yeah, first day of the month. I knew it was the first day. I don't remember who they played.
They played the Mets.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just
6-5.
It's just unbelievable how far they've fallen. Because again, they started the season decently. Man, it's the curse of the unofficial no-hitter. Since Bumgarner's unofficial no-hitter, it's just been all downhill.
And you know what? I mean, speaking of that unofficial no-hitter, we're about to have one here. DeGrom's about to throw 4 no-hit innings over halfway there.
And I would settle down a little bit on that one.
I mean,
maybe when we get to the 6th inning and it's still happening, I would be more inclined to say it could happen, but we're still a little early.
Okay, if you insist.
I mean, I think after pitch total here, he's done a lot more pitches than he normally does at this point.
That's true.
He's in the 50s. It's still efficient. It's not as efficient as usual for him, but it's efficient.
Yeah, it's efficient for major league standards.
Not efficient like his 8-pitch first inning.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
We can't always get what we want perfectly. Even DeGrom has problems. Sometimes he throws 15-pitch innings. The horror, I know.
Yeah, that is horrendous. A 15-pitch inning. My goodness.
Yeah.
Only about major league average. Just the horror of that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably below major league average nowadays. Most pitchers throw 100 pitches in 6 innings if they're lucky.
And DeGrom only has 6 strikeouts in 3.2 innings. That's horrendous as well.
You don't have to deal with your Beanie Bro Sports with the spoiled Mets fan, man.
Yeah.
Spoiled Mets fan. No, DeGrom only has 6 strikeouts and hasn't allowed a hit in 3 2/3. The horror. Man, if a single pitcher in the AL East did that, I'd be like, wow. Because even Garrett Cole doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's Garrett Cole.
Well, I mean, Garrett Cole.
I mean, he is sticky stuff king, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Actually, Trevor Bauer's sticky stuff king. Bauer did it to prove a point, so it's a little bit different.
That's true.
Bauer did it to prove a point to MLB, and he kind of did it by winning a Cy Young, so credit where it's due. Exposed the hole in the system, and he beat it thoroughly.
Yeah. And now everyone knows about it.
Well, that's another question to bring up. How do we feel about the changes in the sticky stuff policy? Like, do you think what Tyler Glasnow said has any holds any weight or truth to it, or is it just him being whiny?
Well, we agree that he's pretty whiny.
Yeah.
I don't dispute that, but at the same time, I see what he needs. I see his point of view in that you're because this isn't just a baseball thing where it's the pitchers found it. This is teams are definitely promoting this to their pitchers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like teams are promoting this since they're in the minor leagues and they come up learning to do this, and now you're taking it away from them entirely. So now you're throwing that routine away where now you have to grip the ball harder, which means you're throwing with more strain, and that goes straight into the arm. So I get his point. I do think he sounded a bit whiny. I do agree with that, but I see his point of view on it.
But Tyler Glasnow always sounds whiny.
That's
like he gets blown up by the Jays. Oh, they were definitely stealing my signs.
Yeah.
Like at some point, you just got to stop complaining about everything and just do what everyone else does. Do what DeGrom does. DeGrom doesn't use anything, and look at him.
To me, it's just ridiculous that MLB just like they can't even do this right. This was such an easy fix. It's just give out a approved list, like ask the hitters their opinion, give out an approved list of substances that you can use and be done with it. Instead they're like, no, you can't use anything. Like the player, the hitters themselves were fine with sunscreen and resin, and they're like, no. It's like if the hitters are fine with it, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Just throw it on the pile of bad Manfred.
It's hard to keep track when you have a list.
Well, I think with the list, you just put it on the mound, and it's like, this is on the mound. This is what you can use. If it's not on the mound, you can't use it. I think that's your fix.
But they're still going to find ways to find stuff that looks the same.
Yeah. I agree. It's like, it's not perfect, but at least if you have the approved list, you know to look for things that aren't that. It's easier to look.
I'm all for it. I'm all for like whatever you want to use to get the advantage. Hitters should have the same. Let them use what they want to use. There's no advantage. My only issue is the command, because a lot of players have gotten hit in the face this year. And is it because of the sticky substances? I don't know.
Well, I think it'd be spider tack, but I think spider tack would be the big one. Okay. I don't think the sunscreen and resin is why, but I think spider tack is definitely a contributing factor because that one shoots up your spin rate.
Oh yeah.
Well, what is it? I don't know if you guys saw it this weekend, but Peter Moylan, the former pitcher, he now works as an analyst for Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
And he did a 4-minute segment explaining the usage of sticky substances and why like they're important, but also why like it was important to police them to a degree. And he's explaining how the way they've done the balls to try to like prevent offense and cheating, they've made them slicker and slicker and slicker, so that pitchers at this point need some sticky substance to actually grip the ball.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying like even just like and that it's I'm not saying that it needs to be spider tack, but like just something that like has like a little bit of stick to it so that they can actually grip the ball and not lose command. I think that's a fair thing for pitchers to have. It's like I look at it as well. Batters get to use pine tar, but pitchers can't. And it's like batters get to use different substances to grip their bat. Why can't pitchers use substances to grip the ball? I'm not saying use substances that increase your spin rate as much as spider tack, but just like I think sunscreen and resin is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm in the minority on that. I don't know. It's just that's my opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think you're on something there. Like they've been doing it for years. What's the difference now? Like why can't they now? And the way they did it, it's not like they said it in the off season and said, oh yeah, next season we're not going to do this. They said, oh, by the way, as of today, you're not able to use this anymore. Like how are they supposed to adjust in the middle of the season when they've been relying on this their whole career?
Yeah, and I think the other issue with it is that it's MLB's fault because they kept trying to promote offense by making the ball lighter and lighter. And then this year they're like, yeah, we have too much offense, deaden it. And so all the pitchers, to try to keep the curve even, kept finding new ways to get hitters out with lighter ball, with the more juice ball. And now that it's dead again, now you have the offense creator in. Yeah. It's like it's MLB's fault for just trying to over police their game.
They just let them do what they want. Did they really rule that a double?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It hit off his glove.
Oh my goodness.
That's the only hit of the game? Are you kidding me? That was not a double. I'm sorry.
Wait, they gave Peraza a double on the Heredia draw?
Yep.
He hit off his glove. It shouldn't have been a
Yeah, you
double.
gotta love home team scoring.
Oh, there's a pop-up. Should be another double. Oh, he catches it. Oh, my goodness. He caught a ball hit directly to him. That had double written all over it.
Way to be, kid. Way to be. Very proud of you.
That had double written all over it.
That'll get you an extra at bat down the line. Good job, kid. Get back in the dugout. Let's get them sticks working. Gotta be like the coach, talk baseball lingo. Yeah, let's go, boys. We got that big outs there. Now we got to get back up there, get the sticks working. This guy's tough, but if we bear down, we can get something going here. If you had a baseball coach that didn't talk to you that way, did you really have a baseball coach?
Nope. Those were the best baseball coaches.
Yeah. Since this is a Canadian thing, I feel like we got to talk a little bit about the Blue Jays. I'm the team on my cap. Blue Jays fans, how you feeling after this weekend? I know for myself, even though they did win the series, I'm not feeling too good. I ain't feeling too confident.
Well, George Springer's coming back this week. It's too bad he can't pitch. That's all I have to say.
You got Jacob Barnes, though.
Good, another pitcher with a 6.5 ERA.
Great.
Perfect fit.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And don't forget John Ashford, who hasn't pitched professionally in 3 years.
Well, I mean, still better than half the guys in the bullpen, so.
It's not saying much.
Small improvements. I haven't seen many of these doubleheaders start at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused.
This is a really weird time.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still going to probably finish this game by 7. Or right around 7.
Probably.
So the Mets just announced Robert Gsellman has a torn lat and will miss up to 2 months.
Well, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's your
long man in the bullpen.
Well, there's your missing. You said one guy comes off the IL, one goes on. There's your guy.
Yeah. This does give a lot more opportunity out of Sean Reed-Foley, who had a horrible outing his last time out, gave up 5 runs. But aside from that, he's been great.
Oh, was he walking a lot of batters? Because that was always his problem in Toronto.
Yeah, he was just getting hit. He was just getting hit hard.
Every pitcher's entitled to a bad game.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's looking really good this year. His command's been much better than he was with the Blue Jays. And
one of those rare win-win trades. The Mets got a valuable long reliever. The Jays got a valuable starter who's actually pitching like a competent starting pitcher.
Yeah,
those have been rare in Toronto the last few years.
Yeah.
And because he's pitching in Toronto, he can stay healthy. We all know he'd probably be injured by now if he was on the Mets.
And the Jays don't exactly have the best track record of keeping pitchers healthy. Have you looked at their bullpen injury list?
It's pretty bad.
That's a fun one. They have an entire 8-man major league bullpen on their IL.
Well, I mean, the Mets had an entire lineup on the DL
few weeks ago. I'm not comparing the injury problems. I'm not saying the Mets or Jays are worse or anyway. I'm just saying it's like the Jays had an actual full bullpen, and that's hilarious to me that they just could not keep a single reliever healthy.
Yeah, I think if they had a healthy bullpen, I would think they actually would have one of the best bullpens in baseball, in all honesty.
I don't know if I'd say it's one of the best bullpen, but I would say it'd be above average to above average. I think they'd be about middle of the pack, maybe higher.
Julian Merriweather, that would have been a nasty 1-2 combo.
I mean, you still have to get through the middle innings, and Rafael Dolis has been a huge disappointment.
Well, AJ Ryan Barucki was okay.
I'm not saying it'd be a bad bullpen. I'm just saying I don't think it'd be like this dominant elite relief tier that a lot of people thought it would be.
David Phelps was also hurt for the whole year too.
I think it would be in the 10 to 15 range, which isn't exactly a bad range to be in, and that gives you room to improve as well. But I mean, if I look at it objectively, if that bullpen's in the 10 to 15 range instead of in the range it's in now, Jays probably have about 6 more wins than they do right now. That's a huge swing.
Probably, yeah.
Like you're at 500 right now, so you're 35 and 35. Give yourself 6 more wins. Suddenly you're 41 and 20. Suddenly you're 41 and 29. In the competitive AL East, that takes you from being 7 games back to being one or 2 games back. So that's a huge swing. Can't keep giving away games in a competitive division.
Yeah.
It's gonna bite you.
Oh, definitely. And speaking of the AL East, like, what do we think about Wander Franco finally coming up to make
Oh,
his
I'm
MLB
excited.
debut?
I'm gonna temper my expectations a bit just because of what I watched firsthand with Guerrero.
Ooh.
But I think he will be an impact major leaguer sooner rather than later. I just don't know if it'll be instantly. And I don't like putting that expectations on young players because then you're just setting them up to fail.
Yeah. Justin, not sure if you're behind, but that was a very, very weird track to the ball by Alberto Marchi.
Unorthodox, to say the least.
Got the job done. Take what you can get.
Quite the interesting catch, that's for sure.
Now it's an out,
Yeah. And we're 7 outs away from a no-hitter that doesn't count, but
And Atlanta should have a no-hitter right now, too, in my opinion.
But the scorekeeper's a fool.
Yeah, that was an error. It went off his glove. It's an error. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree completely. I don't know why that's a
I don't even think it's just that it went off his glove. It's like they completely misplayed the route.
Well, I mean, with the scorekeeping thing, if the ball drops but a guy's in his glove, they always reward it as a hit. But that case, it literally hit off his glove. So it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think they hit it in that case. Yes, I think they hit off the glove criteria is a little weird though, because it's like if you hit a ball into the gap and the guy almost makes an insane catch and it ticks off his glove, that's not an error.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. But like
in that case, yes, you're completely right. It was an error. Like Heredia and Acuna both completely miscommunicated. They mistracked the ball and it hit his glove and dropped. That's an error.
Yeah.
Like no ifs, no ands, no buts. It's an error.
Well, Walker Buehler, am I reading that right? Has a 0.000 opponent OPS on his off-speed pitching.
So he's yet to give up a hit on his off-speed pitches all year.
So he must not throw many, right?
I suppose not, because otherwise that would be
incredible.
He probably throws a few per game, but probably not too many.
Yeah. That's incredible. 0.000.
Walker Buehler also hasn't lost a game since 2019.
Wow. I mean, if Jacob deGrom was on the Dodgers, we might be saying he hasn't lost a game since 2017.
2018.
Yeah,
not 2017, 2018.
But
2017 he was good, but he was not this.
Yeah. But somehow he has 2 losses this year.
And seeing that Walker Buehler stat also just makes me laugh a little bit because I remember on Twitter earlier this year, I was talking up Walker Buehler and somebody was telling me about how he never developed into the ace he was supposed to be. And I was like, well, he's still like 25. He's only had like 2 full seasons and he's never had like a whip above 1 in a full year. And lo and behold, he's a 2.38 ERA and a 0.9 whip so far this year in 14 starts. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like an ace to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not putting him in the S tier of aces with the DeGroms and the Scherzers, but like that's an ace.
And speaking about DeGrom, he has his ERA now at 0.50.
That's just dumb.
Few outs away from 0.49.
Like I'm sorry, that's just dumb. Good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying dumb in a bad way. Like that's just dumb.
No, it's ridiculous. And like I was talking to Matt earlier, it's so dumb because you know what's coming. He gets all of his strikeouts on the same location. You just can't hit it.
Yep.
DeGrom's throwing 5 balls in a row here.
Yeah.
DeGrom looks at the strikes, huh?
Only with DeGrom does he throw 5 straight balls, and then the camera goes to the Braves bullpen.
Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Luckily for the Mets, that was a ground rule double there.
And there goes the no-hitter.
He has to go back. That was lucky for them for the game's sake.
Wow.
It's 2 outs. He was probably going to score if that hits the top.
Sorry, Noah. There goes your double. There goes your no-hitter.
Honestly, probably a good thing because I didn't really want a fake no-hitter. When DeGrom does it, I want it to be real. But
DeGrom, can you get out of this inning already? Some of us have to go eat dinner. It's been a long day moving. Got to go get food.
The heck? You should have caught that, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's like he wasn't even close to it. I don't know what either of these guys are doing.
Almora backed up. He thought Dominic would have had it.
Almora thought Smith had it, and Smith had no idea what he was doing. Smith thought he was a lot closer to the wall.
Yeah, good to see the defense in today's game has just been out of this world.
Now we got a Pablo Sandoval at bat now.
Pablo! Panda,
Wow.
panda, 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 panda. He really went from one of the most loved players in baseball to one of the most hated players back to one of the most loved. What a wild ride.
Yeah.
And one pitch out. Nice.
That'll play.
I love that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for having me on the live stream again, but I gotta go eat dinner.
No worries.
I appreciate the time. Enjoyed the more degromination. I know I was enjoying it for those 5 innings.
Oh yeah.
Man, he's just fun to watch. Like, there's nothing else. He's just fun. Enjoy the game, guys.
Yeah, have a good one, Justin.
Yeah, see you later, Justin.
All right, and then Aiden will be joining us in a little bit.
Right on.
So now we've got one hit for each side. But
Yeah, honestly, they both should have been caught.
But the one really should have been caught.
Yeah, the one definitely should have been caught. It went off his glove,
And yet we got a 1-0 game.
yeah, we do. And DeGrom avoids giving up an earned run there.
Now I wonder what the call is going to be. Does he come back out for the 6th at 70 pitches?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they want to do.
Yeah, because I can't see him going 7. I really can't. Not with the injury issues he's had the last few starts. I'd be shocked if he went 7.
They could do the 6th and then throw Edwin Diaz in the 7th, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Edwin Diaz has been lights out. He had one bad outing the other day, but that was in a non-save opportunity. It was in a tie game. 0-0, of course, because Mets offense can't hit.
Plus, I want to see DeGrom get his ERA below 0.5. I want to see like a 0.49. Let's go.
I know. That's what I want to see, too.
So let's get another inning for him here.
But yeah, that was really lucky on that ground rule double.
It was. Because with 2 outs, because if the ball hits the top of the wall, he's going to score. No question about it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And he literally already grounded and touched home, and then he had to go back. So,
like, DeGrom's xERA is definitely got to be over 1.
oh no, yeah, it definitely is. Because I mean, like, yeah, he's been incredible, but it's like there's definitely some luck to get to this. Some luck.
Oh, of course. He has definitely had some luck. Because no pitcher can do this without luck.
Yeah,
definitely. And he's smiling in the dugout right now.
Yeah. Probably someone's like, hey, you could have gave up an earned run for once there.
Yeah. I'm looking up his... Yeah, so his xERA right now is 1.25.
Yeah, still ridiculous. And
still ridiculous, yes.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, now here's Shane Green, who was a late addition to the Braves bullpen this year.
Amura slipped when he swung there.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing the Mets, he could have just tore his ACL. I'm just kidding. Oh, no, it hit off his foot, the foul ball. Okay. Ooh. It's got to hurt.
Yeah, Jacob deGrom's in the top 1% of the league in xERA. And a lot of other stats. XBA, X slugging, WOBA, XWOBA. Ooh, this is an interesting stat. What is XWO bacon?
WO what?
Oh, it's XWOBA contact, but it's like con. But if you like look at it, it's like XWO bacon.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
He's in top 1% of the league. Likes his pork.
Jeez.
Just ridiculous how he's like leading the league in every single statistic. He's in the 100th percentile for fastball velocity, chase rate, strikeout percentage, XBA, xERA, XWOBA. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, the Braves bullpen has been not good this year.
Yeah, it's been a Blue Jays bullpen, that's for sure.
Yes. The Blue Jays of the NL East.
Yeah, well, the Phillies also have a Blue Jays bullpen as well. Ooh,
Yeah.
another nice play by Austin Riley. That's the second one today. Wow, Austin Riley's playing some great defense.
Yeah, he is. And he's really not a good defensive third baseman.
No, but that's like the second great play he's made today, like that.
I mean, nothing against Riley. I love him. Like, he's such a good offensive third baseman.
Oh, he's great.
A horrible defensive third baseman.
Yeah.
All right, who are your predictions for the top 5 teams in baseball with runners in scoring position this
The
year?
top 5. Okay.
I'll give you 7 guesses for 5 teams.
I'm gonna go with Tampa.
Nope.
Oh wow, I'm surprised. I would assume they would have been up there.
Tampa is actually 24th.
What? I'm so surprised by that because,
Yeah.
Neal's coming in and pinch hit. Looks like DeGrom's
Nice.
dang it.
I mean, it sucks, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I think 5 innings is what you were hoping for, and if he's going to leave 5 innings healthy, I think everyone will take that scenario.
Yep. And he's in line for the win too, so that's important as well.
Yes. But now it's going to be about who pitches the 6th inning. It could be Jerice Familia, Trevor May. Or even Aaron Loop, depending on who they have coming up. Who do the Braves have coming up in the 6th?
They have the top of the order coming up. Acuna, Freeman, Albies. Ooh, Nito got drilled.
Yes, he did.
Yikes.
Oh, he's in pain.
Yikes. Yeah, it didn't look good. Where'd he get him? Ooh, right in the wrist. Ugh.
Oh. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, honestly.
I hope he's okay because Mets, the last thing they need is another injury here.
Let's go, Jeff McNeil.
James McCann is getting loose in the dugout right now.
Ooh.
Definitely not a good situation for the Mets here, but hopefully Anito is okay. Yeah, James McCann is, I think, coming in the game. Oh, maybe not. No, Nito's staying in. In Jacob deGrom's last 16 innings, he's given up 2 hits. His last 9 innings, he's given up 1 hit. Finally, Jeff McNeil's back in New York.
Yo.
Looking to give the Mets some insurance here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Turn a single.
That was a good piece of hitting.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And the Mets crowd is going crazy. You can't get any more Jeff McNeil than that, coming in off the IL and swinging at the very first pitch and ripping it for a base hit.
All right. Got the over coming up. See if Lark can do something. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Almost another great play by Austin Riley. I mean, he probably prevented a run from scoring there. If that got down the line,
Yeah,
Thomas Nito was going to score easily.
definitely. Austin Riley's been really flashing the leather today.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure he wanted to have that. He definitely had a chance to have it. But, I mean, hey, still saved a run from scoring. So
Definitely. It just went right into the palm of the glove there and popped out.
yeah.
Just missed it.
All right. Well, Francisco Lindor can't bunt here. So unless they do a suicide squeeze. But
Yeah.
I mean, when you have the catcher on third, maybe not so much.
But this is another big moment for Lindor, and he hasn't really gotten many big hits and big moments yet in his time with the Mets. And here's a chance he can really break the game open.
Grand Slam. Let's go.
I saw this one interesting tweet about Wander Franco,
Yeah.
and they were saying that he might be the next guy to play with his son in the major leagues. He has a 3-year-old son.
What the heck? He's only 20.
I know.
He has a 3-year-old son?
Yes. So when Wander Franco is 38, his son will be 21.
Wow.
It's incredible.
I mean,
Just like the most random thing I saw on Twitter. Some guy was like, "What do you think the odds are? Would it be like plus 200,000 that they play in the same game together?"
man, I mean, I think Vladdy has like a 4-year-old kid or something too.
Yeah.
It's like 22. His dad
Franco,
really young.
yeah, definitely. Franco will be the youngest Rays player to make his debut since BJ Upton.
Well, hopefully he's not a BJ Upton.
Yeah. BJ/Melvin/BJ Upton. Starting lineups from Upton's debut: Johnny Damon, Kevin Youkilis, Manny Ramirez, all faced him. 2004. Wow. That's crazy that they haven't had somebody younger than like 20 years old to debut in that long.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays when like players are getting rushed to the major leagues quicker than ever.
Oh, yeah. Mets going to have another bases loaded walk here.
Maybe. They do lead the league. They lead baseball, actually.
Yeah. Let's get another one here. Oh, crud. My
Rough. The 3-0 count pops it up to right field.
Really? Oh, my gosh. My screen froze right before that happened.
That's rough. Yeah, it's Brandon Crawford, who's having just an incredible year with the Giants, is 4th in All-Star voting in shortstop.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Fernando Tatis Jr., Javier Baez, and Corey Seager, who's missed like the last month, all have more votes. Trey Turner is 5th in voting. Like, this is why I hate the All-Star game. Maybe Tatis does deserve that spot, but Brandon Crawford should be in the All-Star game, and he's not even going to be on the ballot in a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Giants usually have a pretty good fan base, too.
Yeah.
They sell it all the time.
It's crazy.
I'm shocked, and they have a really good team this year too. So you think a lot more fans would be more into the team.
And Brandon Crawford has 48 RBIs already this season.
Yeah, he's been great.
It's the most by any Giants player in his first 63 games of the season since Moises Alou in 2006. And before that, Barry Bonds, who had 64 through 63 games in 2001. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been great.
Can you name the 4 players who are 90th percentile or better in both hard hit rate and sprint speed?
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yep.
Sprint speed. I have to think of guys who are fast. And Acuna Jr.
Yes, sir.
All right, and who's the fourth one? Who would be the fourth one? Someone fast and rips the ball. Is it hard hit rate?
Yeah, hard hit rate. Hard hit and sprint speed.
Okay. All right, someone who else who's fast.
And hits the ball hard.
Hits the ball hard. Someone who's fast hits the ball hard. That is interesting. Right. I was thinking Bo Bichette, but I don't think he runs that as fast as that.
It's the guy in the NL Central.
Oh, ML Central. Okay. Oh, it's Tyler O'Neill, definitely.
Yeah, the Canadian.
Oh yeah, he has weird stats. He strikes out a lot, doesn't walk a lot, just hits bombs.
And runs really.
Yeah, he runs very well and plays great defense.
Here's Sean Newcomb coming into the game with a 6.52 ERA.
Oh,
does that lead the Braves bullpen?
Yeah, I mean Shane Green came in. I thought that was supposed to be one of their better guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was last year. Last year he had a really good year, but he was also pretty lucky.
Yeah.
But then, this year didn't help that they couldn't reach an agreement until, what was it, May when they signed him, or was it late April? And then he had to go to AAA for a few weeks to get in shape.
What was the problem there? Was it him?
There's financial. I think he wanted too much in the offseason. And then he ended up signing for dirt cheap. But I know in the playoffs his velocity was way down. And some were saying that was a big issue going forward, and others were saying it's just because of how many innings he pitched the year, and I'm sure he'll be fine this year. But
okay, interesting.
But the Mets do have their RBI machine up to bat right here, but it is a lefty on lefty matchup. Shohei Ohtani is the 4th player ever to have 70-plus home runs and 100-plus career strikeouts as a pitcher.
Well, how are there 3 other guys? They all have to be like Babe Ruth, and I guess I don't know who else would be there.
Babe Ruth, Rick Ankiel.
Oh, Rick Ankiel. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Rick Ankiel. And Johnny Lindell.
Who the heck's Johnny Lindell?
I have no idea.
Rick Ankiel, forgot about him.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Well, he barely hit that. This big pitch coming up here.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't get in the stream right now. So
fair ball down the line for Dom Smith. 1 run's in. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are in. Bases clearing double.
Let's go.
And that is the hit the Mets needed.
Oh, yeah.
That they've needed for about a week now. And after Lindor can't get it done, Dominic Smith does off Sean Newcomb, who had just entered the game. Hanger in, and Dominic Smith made him pay. Dominic Smith has worked really hard to be where he is right now. Because I remember, like, when he was in AAA, he was overweight. He didn't put in the effort. And then he came up to the big leagues and still didn't really put in the effort. And then he had a really good off season. And ever since then, he's been great. Can you still not get the stream?
No, I can't. Yeah, it's not working. Yo, I missed the biggest moment of the game.
Well, I mean, the biggest moment of the game was every time DeGrom threw a pitch.
Nice.
DeGrom's the first pitcher in Major League history with 110 plus strikeouts and 30 or fewer hits allowed in any 12-game span. So much for this game ending in like 2 hours, though.
Yeah, honestly,
It was going so quick.
it was. So the Mets decided to have more offense. Good thing is they won't bat in the seventh, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But now, like, imagine if DeGrom stayed in the game. They probably wouldn't have these 3 runs. DeGrom's thrown 30 straight scoreless innings. The Mets franchise record is 32.2, which was set by R.A. Dickey in 2012.
Ooh. Nice.
And Pete Alonso strikes out like Pete Alonso always does. Aiden, I hate you.
The Mets are overrated.
You're overrated.
Pete Alonso.
Sorry, boys. I got some money on a soccer game, so I'm a little late to the show.
You bet money on soccer games?
Yeah, I made $100 in the last week or so.
Wow.
Let's go.
Grind.
Ooh, Denmark crushed Russia today. Nice.
Yeah, they were due. They were playing so well, but they always just fell short, just by a smidge every game they played.
Nice to see Belgium won as well. My team against Finland, my other team.
Finland's one of your teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's obsessed with Finland for some reason.
I usually cheer. I just pick one random team that doesn't usually make it, and that's my team. So Finland was my team. So even though everyone was worried about that, I don't know. I guess that one guy, like the Danish guy, I guess I don't know, maybe basically dying on the field. You know, my Finnish boys got the W in that game. Huge upset.
Italy's going to win it all, so.
You missed all the DeGrominants.
Looks like he's out of the game. He couldn't have been that
Yeah, he is.
Well, coming off injuries.
I'm just kidding. I saw he was dominating. He had a no-hitter, 3 or 4 innings or whatever, even though it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, he almost got a fake no-hitter. That double last inning was misplayed by both outfielders.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah. Actually, not sure if you saw, but in what was it, the second inning? Peraza hit one to center field, and Heredia misplayed it horribly. Had to go right off the glove, and they called it a double, not an error, and that was the first Mets hit of the game.
How do they call that?
But it
Not
literally,
an
like,
error.
it wasn't even like it went right off the glove. It was horrible.
Yep.
I like this call. Seth Lugo into the game and with a 4-run lead.
Let's go.
Because he could even go 2 innings.
Dom Smith, utility man.
He is the utility man.
Yep.
Apparently, Oakland Raiders defensive end just came out as gay. Carl Nassib.
Nice.
I don't know if I've heard of an NFL player coming out. He made like a video and posted it or something. I remember a few NBA players have. I don't think I've ever seen an NFL player.
Acuna looks really bad on that swing there.
I wish I could see it.
Can you strike out against DeGrom the first inning?
And he did it again.
Threw legit
struck out
three
both times.
pitches right in the same spot, all 100.
Oh, okay. Acuna just got hit on an up and in.
Rip.
On a 1-2 count.
Ah, cried. Come on, Freddie from your ground to goal play.
Oh, did he get hit? Aiden, are you watching this?
There it is. I just saw I'm slightly behind.
Did he get hit, though?
I haven't seen the replay. It was slow-mo yet.
I don't think he did. Yeah, they're
Looks
going
like
to
it hit the
review.
knob of his bat. Went
Yeah, I
into the
think
glove.
it did. But he acted like it hit him. That was a good sell.
Doesn't want to strike out again. What?
Yeah. But it definitely looks like it hit the knob of his bat. And then he, like, Matt, he threw, like, the bat away, like, as if he was hit.
Why would he throw on the bat if it didn't? I thought it was funny when DeGrom got checked for foreign substance.
Yeah, and they checked, like, his belt and everything.
He was just kind of like smiling the whole time, like, yeah, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just throw hard.
It's okay. I throw 93 miles per hour sliders. It's no big deal.
And I throw 101 mile per hour fastballs.
Oh, also, Matt, James McCann is now in the game catching for the Mets.
Yeah. Now we're talking. The man. James, my man. James McCann. James the man. Let's go.
Did they rule that a hit by pitch?
I don't know. You got to tell me.
You got to get the game on.
I keep trying to exit it out and get the stream on. It's just not working. The gods are telling me I shouldn't watch Mets games for some reason, the baseball gods. They're like, don't watch good bullpens pitch. Watch bad ones. We'll let you watch Jays games.
I don't know what's happening here.
I mean, according to MLB.com, looks like they ruled it against it and he got out. So it was overturned, a foul tip, so strikeout. Looks like it.
Oh, because it was caught.
Yep.
That's a strikeout.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Cunha 3 strikeouts on the day.
And that might be the craziest strikeout you'll see.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think anybody had any idea what was going on right there.
Yeah, it would have to be a foul tip. Like, come on.
But they didn't call him out right away. They called it foul. And then I guess they realized that he caught it and then realized he was actually out.
Yeah. Interesting. I wish I saw it.
You don't have the game, Matt?
No,
He
it's
had
not
it on
working.
earlier and
Not working for some reason. Baseball gods don't want me to watch good bullpen. I deserve to see a good relief pitcher pitch.
Seth Lugo's very good.
Yes. I wish the Jays had a Seth Lugo.
Yeah, he reminds me so much of Andrew Miller, just like that guy who can pitch in tight situations but can also go 2-3 innings if needed. But of course, as I said, that he walks Freddie Freeman.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to send you a link here.
All right. Let's see if it's the one I'm using. Hopefully it's better. You're going to send it in the chat here or on Facebook? Oh, there we go.
By the way, everyone, the link Aiden's sending is 100% legal.
In chat. Yeah, I don't do illegal things.
Yeah, it is entirely legal. Who came into left field? I missed that.
Pilar?
Pilar was in right. Who came into right then? Oh, did McNeil go into second and Peraza went? Oh, McNeil? What? Peraza's still at second. Sorry, so much is happening.
Sweet.
Losing
That works.
track of what's
Thanks,
happening.
Aiden. Yeehaw. Now I can watch.
Okay, McKinney went into the game for McNeil, and he went to right. That's gone.
Billy McKinney?
That's gone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're a bit ahead of me. Oh, yeah, that's crushed.
Well, look at the Mets making things close. Yeah, so McKinney went into right. Pilar moved from right to left, and Dom Smith moved to first.
See, I think the reason why Lugo allowed a 2-run bomb, your bullpen, is because you got a couple of Jays fans watching. We're just used to this, and we just brought the bad bullpen culture to this live stream. That's what
Let's go Braves! Woo!
Sweet swing.
You also think about, though, the difficulty when you have a challenge with the relief pitcher and you're making him sit out a few minutes and then get warmed back up again.
Oh, wow. Nice play by Dominic Smith. Good job.
Dominic Smith's the best first baseman on the Mets.
Best one on the Mets?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The only reason that he's not their first baseman is because Pete Alonso is a worse outfielder than he is a first baseman.
I could not imagine Pete Alonso as no.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, if you add the DH, there's a lot the Mets can do with their lineup.
Yeah. Nice pitch by Lugo.
And that was a big challenge, the fact that you can challenge a foul tip. Because it could be a 4-3 game right now with one out.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, not a great inning by Seth Lugo. But his ERA is still better than anybody in the Jays bullpen.
Well, what's his ERA now?
3.0.
Jordan Romano is better.
Yeah, I'll take him over anybody in the fucking bullpen.
Ooh.
And it looks like Edwin Diaz is going to pitch the 7th, especially now that Lugo gave up those.
Sweet. I love seeing gas. Let's go.
Yep.
Plus, he hasn't pitched in a while, too, right?
Yeah, I think he pitched the other night. He gave up. He actually got the loss against Washington the other night.
Oh, really? Okay.
They were 0-0 in the 8th.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arizona's losing tonight, yeah?
I hope. Oh, my gosh.
Is it ever a question, Aiden?
But this they could have a win. They could win today. The thing is, this game today will decide if they could potentially, set the losing streak because it's all there. Today is a good matchup for them.
Aiden, our betting expert, what are the odds the Diamondbacks win today?
They're plus 103 to take the dub.
Really?
The
Not
Brewers
bad.
are minus 123.
Wait, what are the odds on that game?
Plus 103 for the Diamondbacks, which isn't that big of an underdog. Like, that's almost even.
Yeah, it's pretty much even.
And then Milwaukee's minus 123.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are also home too.
Yeah.
Wow, Dominic Smith just had a great pick at first.
Really?
Just saved Lindor an error.
Oh yeah, great pick.
Who's winning? Frankie Montes or Kyle Gibson?
Kyle Gibson. I mean, no, probably
That's
Frankie
an
Montas just because of the
interesting-
teams.
Interesting.
Oakland. Yeah. Yeah, the Rangers have lost 6 in a row against the Athletic. Oh no, they've lost 6 in a row in total. Sorry. Oh.
Jake
The Reds
Odorizzi
are
or
going to
Keegan
score a lot of
Aiken
runs. Odorizzi.
against J.A. Happ?
Yeah, J.A. Happ's going to get lit up against the Reds today.
Jesse Winker can't hit lefties.
Well, Nick Castellanos can.
Yeah, he can definitely.
Yeah. It's wild that, like, the Reds are going to have 2 starters in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to the Reds, but that's pretty shocking.
Yeah, but they're both deserving, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Ian Anderson's
As much as I hate Jesse Winker.
Yeah, Ian Anderson's pitching the next game. He's definite favorite to win that next game because the Mets still don't know who they're pitching.
Says Jared Eikoff.
Yeah, Jared Eichhoff got called up.
know
It's
who
not
that is.
official, but he used to pitch
Eichhoff.
for the Phillies. He's been he was one of the Mets minor league acquisitions this offseason, and he spent the year at AAA. He's more of a guy who will lead innings. He's not very good. He's not going to overwhelm any hitters here.
Seems legit.
But yeah, I definitely say the Braves have the edge of the next game, but with Jeff McNeil in the lineup next game, maybe the Mets offense can finally get going. I mean, he was a big part
Matt,
of that.
who's winning Game 5, the
3-run
Lightning
run.
or the Islanders?
Oof. I'm going to go Lightning.
They are at home.
They are better.
This series they both won at home and away. So
Lightning are just better than the Islanders. Ty Tice. Wasn't this guy in the Jays?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, who even is this guy? I've never heard of him in my life.
I swear he was on the Jays. Unless I'm just thinking because he got lit up by the Jays.
You know, Matt, just because they have an ERA over 5 doesn't mean they were on the Jays. There are some bad bullpen arms.
No, he was on the Jays this year. I recognized it. Okay.
Makes sense that a guy with an ERA.
Yep, his ERA was 5. So all that ERA was on the Jays. So there you go. Wow.
And here's the former Blue Jay, Kevin Pillar.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what happens. A former Blue Jays pitcher against a former Blue Jays hitter. Judging by the Jays' history, I think the hitter's going to win. But because they've been overwhelmingly producing way better hitters than pitchers. So we'll see why we play the matchups.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 2-1 count here.
Yeah, my money's on Pillar.
Yeah, I have an on Pilar too.
Well, I've already seen the outcome.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew you did when you said that.
Yeah.
Yep. Pilar won that one. No surprise there.
Go big or go home, baby.
And we got Batman. Look at that nice mask.
Ooh, Batman.
I know Jose Peraza with a double that went into the outfielder's glove.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's the worst call I've ever seen
Yeah, that's one
from
of
the scoring
worst
official.
scoring calls I've seen.
Like, that is 100% an error. It went in his glove.
Yeah.
And it was just like a fly out to center field. Like, it wasn't like a hard ball to catch either.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, my goodness. What are you doing?
Yeah, what the heck was that?
What is with the Mets and bunting?
I don't know.
They like the small ball game.
Clearly, they've never seen Moneyball.
Yikes, that's an ugly average. 107 with a 317 OPS.
He's literally like got a similar average to hitters against DeGrom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this Tice guy definitely reminds me of a loser Blue Jay.
Shh.
That's all they produce is loser Blue Jays. La who's her?
I mean, they can get out sometimes. They can't normally get 3 outs together, but
Not before walking 2 guys.
Oh yeah. So Tice went from one brutal bullpen to another. Nice.
well, that's how bad the Braves bullpen has been that
Yeah, they
have
have to
to get a
take Blue
guy
Jays guys.
from a bad bullpen. And
Oh,
not
is he
even
gonna catch this one? Sorry, Peraz, I know double this time.
too bad. He's hit. Oh my goodness. There's been so many fly balls to that exact position. And one of them was a double.
Jeff.
The Big Apple.
Sorry, not Jeff. Yeah.
Billy McKinney.
Billy McKinney. He kind of looked like Jeff. I don't know why.
Yeah, from afar he kind of does.
He has like the beard and stuff, but definitely not nearly as good as a hitter. He has 7 home runs. Wow,
Yeah.
surprised.
Oh, anyways, Matt, these top 5 teams with runners in scoring position. The Angels are number 1,
Wow,
290 batting average with runners in scoring position.
wow. Okay,
Jeez.
Astros are 2, 273
surprised.
average. 3 is the Seattle Mariners,
Okay,
What?
hitting
I can see that.
269. And 4th, Toronto Blue Jays,
Let's
260.
go.
And then 5th is the Dodgers at 267 as well.
That's all Vladdy and Randall Grichuk.
Literally.
The Giants have the most home runs with runners in scoring position.
Wow. Okay.
They have 30. The next best team has 25.
Ooh.
The Yankees only have 10.
Yikes.
Skankies.
Yep. For a team that's supposed to have a good offense, it sucks.
Yep. The most opportunities with runners in scoring position, it's been the Dodgers and the Padres and the Rays. So the Rays have done so well, not because they hit well with runners in scoring position, but because of how often they get runners in scoring position.
I'm surprised because they strike out so much. They have the most strikeouts in the league. So I assume they would have just been lucky and gotten like hits and runners in scoring position.
Yeah. But they're horrible with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by that.
Oh.
Ball 4. Yeah, this is a Blue Jays bullpen pitcher for you.
Yep. Edwin Diaz has been warming up for quite a while now.
Like the bottom of the order coming up for the Braves too.
Yeah. And James McCann's now
Yeah.
making his first step out of the game. And there's out number 3.
Nice play by Freddie. Ty Tice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Edwin Diaz. Let's see him. What's he going to reach today? Miles per hour? 101, 102?
102.
Let's go. That's what I like to hear. Gas.
Gas up the jet.
So the Blue Jays pitching has the highest ERA with runners in scoring position.
Wow.
What is it?
In
5.
high leverage situations, the Blue Jays ERA is 12.58.
12.58.
12.58.
That is so disgusting.
High leverage situations, though, I'm not sure what that includes.
Oh,
I don't think.
What are the other
just-
teams? Like, what's another team's
The
ERA?
best is 6.17. The Dodgers.
Yeah, it is high leverage, so it makes sense to have a blue.
Yeah. But what about medium leverage? Which I'm still not sure exactly what that entails. But
probably like first and second.
the Blue Jays have the 8th best ERA in medium
Yeah.
leverage situations. So it's just those high leverage spots.
Well, are they the worst by?
most crucial spot.
Yeah, like by a bit.
Who's 29th? And what's their?
1 second, I just have to go back to high leverage. 29th is the Arizona Diamondbacks at 12.0. So like a half a run better, more than a half run better than the Blue Jays. And then of course Atlanta's 28th with their horrible bullpen. Philly's 14th.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check just runners in scoring position for pitching and see where the Jays are. The Jays ERA is 11.26 with
In runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
Who's 29th and what's theirs? I'm just curious what the next one is.
30th is 15.61, the Orioles.
Oh, the Orioles. Okay, they're the worst. Wow. Okay.
That's weird. Runners in scoring position, you wouldn't think the ERAs would be that high, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
guys.
the best ERA is the Padres with 8.36.
Yeah.
The Mets are 10.22.
All right. See Edwin Diaz.
Now let's just check bullpen ERA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Jays have the 13th best bullpen ERA.
Yeah, that is only helped by the start of the season.
Yeah.
The Mets are 11th, and the Jays are 13th.
The Jays had the best bullpen through like the first month,
They did.
and then they got like 4 or 5 injuries that were major, and then they just
Yeah.
Okay,
got destroyed.
Let's change the dates.
Yeah, it looked like to May or June. Like
Let's
the Jays
look
the worst in everything, basically.
May and June.
Yeah. It's been
Okay.
They have to be the worst.
Jays are 22nd now with a 4.90 ERA.
Wow. Maybe go over the last 28 days, or maybe just June.
Just June, okay.
I want to. They're 30th. I know, and something.
They got to be 30th in something.
They got to. Like, it's just brutal. Every game, the bullpen gives up 3 runs.
Okay. In just June, the Jays bullpen is 25th
Ah.
with a 5.52 ERA.
5 points.
How are there 5 teams worse than that? Diamondbacks
Wow.
probably 30th.
The Reds are. You don't even
Wow.
want to know what theirs has been this month. 7.10.
Yikes. Oh my god.
The next worst team is the Rangers at 5.89. That's how bad.
Wow, the Reds have just been that bad, huh? Oh my god. I'm surprised. 7. It's insane. That's like that's just the bullpen ERA. Any situation.
Which team, starters and relievers combined, do you think has walked the most batters?
It has
Dansby.
Cardinals.
Yep. The Cardinals.
Yeah, their bullpen. I think they were on pace. We saw the one Saturday, the Sunday Night Live we did the last one, or one of them, or whatever. They had the highest walk rate from their bullpen in MLB history. They were on pace to break it.
Yeah.
Like, they have guys that have such great stuff, but they're so wild. Like Alex Reyes. There's the Celeste Cabrera. I forgot what his first name is or something, but they throw so hard and they're good at getting strikeouts, so they have no control sometimes.
Talking about coaching, the Diamondbacks have had 23 intentional walks this year.
23?
Like, they've intentionally walked 23 batters.
Is that the most in the league?
Yeah.
How many runs have
The Yankees have
when they do
intentionally
that?
walked 3 batters. The Tigers have intentionally walked 3, and so has Baltimore.
I mean, the AL used to make sense. The lineups are just stacked. Maybe you don't intentionally. Ooh.
That was up and in.
Yeah. It's like, dude, he's not trying to hit you. I don't even know who you are.
But there's definitely something for not walking anybody intentionally. It's pretty dumb most of the time.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. The Cardinals have hit 54 batters this year.
Yeah, that's the control.
They have no control.
They throw so hard, all their bullpen guys, too. That's the thing.
The White Sox have hit 21 batters.
Yeah.
Cardinals have hit 54.
Yeah.
The Mets are 16th in the league in strikeouts, despite playing like 7 or 8 less games.
Oh, pitchers?
Yeah,
Yo,
helps when you have DeGrom.
it definitely does. Well, who's first? The White Sox?
Padres,
True. Yeah.
and then Brewers, and then White Sox.
Yeah, fair.
There's out number 2. Mets are 1 out away from taking the opener.
Let's go. Another win for DeGrom. We'll be 7-2.
Yeah,
It's not
he's
too
got a chance to get his career record for wins this season.
Oh, what's his record? 11?
Probably. He might have done 18 one year, actually.
18? I don't believe that unless he did it like his rookie year, whatever.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like he did 18 once. I'll look
He
it
did.
up.
Oh, he did 15. His record's
15.
15.
Okay.
And that was his worst year, arguably, by ERA and FIP and ERA plus.
And-
That was the worst year, and he got the most wins.
Looks like that's the game. Jacob deGrom is really the pitcher that made people more weary of like how stupid the win stat is.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, Felix Hernandez was the real first one because he got like 11.
Yeah.
Grom came and
Yeah.
he blew that out of the water.
Yeah.
King Felix was always disrespected.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Looks like the game's over.
Yeah. Nice first game in New York for the Mets. Braves will
Go
look
Braves.
to take the second game.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just put money on the Braves, so they better win next game.
Let's go.
But how much
Put-
did you put on?
I put them in a parlay for potentially $50.
Did you put any money on the Diamondbacks?
No,
I think the
Diamondbacks
Diamondbacks will win
win?
today. I think the Diamondbacks are going to win today.
that's a bold take. If I ever
I think
had
they
one.
will.
I think they're never going to win again.
I think they're going to win today. This is their best chance in the
No.
next 2 weeks.
They're
gonna win.
never going to win again. The Diamondbacks suck.
I don't want them to win today. Trust me. I'll be happy if they don't, but I think they're going to win.
Okay, you know when like the Palm Beach Cardinals faced DeGrom in his like rehab stint?
Yeah.
That's the Diamondbacks against every team.
You're not wrong.
No hitter against the Diamondbacks. I'm sorry. Perfect game. When we faced them.
No.
This
It's
is-
like pulling up a guy from single A to pitch against like Freddie Freeman, not like every batter. That's what the Diamondbacks pitching is. That's how bad it is. Diamondbacks are horrible.
fair.
And anybody who thought they were good at the beginning of the year is stupid. Sorry,
At Justin.
at Justin. Although at least Justin didn't have the Rays 17th.
Rip. All right. What's that?
All right, well, I guess that's the end of our broadcast.
Yeah. Grown with another win.
Yeah, DeGrom had a great game. 5 innings was good. Didn't
Braves.
leave with an MRI. So,
Braves. Go
Braves.
Diamondbacks.
Go Diamondbacks.
no. Yeah, Diamondbacks might win sometime.